watch it in the YouTube.
Yeah, anything that is being painted on the ground is called Segnaletica horizontale. Mrs. Agostina,
Ah, okay.
I go advise you
Scientific
now.
horizontal.
Mrs.
Scientific.
Agostina, I go
Sir?
advise you may pay close attention for today's lesson. Today's lesson will be something, will be revision to waiting we already know. Is it clear now? Today's lesson is something we don't see before. Now watch. I've started. Now, la striscia lungo il centro della carreggiata. What does this mean? La striscia lungo il centro della carreggiata. I'll show you a picture and I'll call up a student to explain it because to me, all these things are revision. Now, I'll call up Mrs. Augustina. Watch. They said la striscia lungo il centro della carreggiata. I want to show you one particular picture. Now, ma, watch. Before I ask you a question, I go first tell you. Now, look at this picture here. What they are trying to tell us, they're talking, what is la striscia? Striscia mean line. Striscia mean line. Lungo means it is long on this carreggiata. It is for the center of the carreggiata. They're talking about this white continuous line. They're talking about the discontinuous line. They're talking about the double continuous line where you go see for the center of the carreggiata. We see them now. Let's continue. La striscia lungo il centro della carreggiata. Now, they want to explain. They can't say watch. Su tutte le strade, please, this is a revision for every new student here. Su tutte le strade può essere continua or discontinua. Students, you all know that line that you find on the center of the carreggiata, it can be continuous, it can be discontinuous. I have a question for the class. Mrs. Augustina, if you see a continuous line in the center of the carreggiata, what does it mean, ma?
Come
Like,
again?
if you see a continuous line in the center of the carreggiata, what do you mean?
Wait, you dey hear me?
I dey hear you, ma.
Yeah, wetin me say you no fit turn. You no fit cross the long line.
Exactly. Now, that means we there for which type of road? Doppio.
Doppio senso.
Exactly. We there for doppio senso. Now, write it down. Don't forget this in ever. You don't know, say, continuous line in the center of the carreggiata means doppio senso. All right, let me call that student. Now, this, let me see. Who is here again? Students, this I'm doing is a revision. I'm not doing anything new. All right, Mrs. Sonia, you are welcome. All right, let's see. Let me see. Mrs. Edith. Hello, Mrs. Edith. Discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata. What does it mean, ma?
You say?
Discontinuous line, like what you are seeing here, in the center of the carreggiata. What does it mean, ma?
You say no fit overtake.
No. Mrs. Edith, you be among one of people they put less effort for this patented thing. They put less effort. You know, good. If we finish the teach, you know, they even had you to do quiz. It's not good, man. All right, let me call that student again. All right, Mr. Oppo. Mr. Oppo.
Yeah.
Discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata. What does it mean, sir?
It means say you first of all, it means say you are in doppio senso. Then it
No.
means say you can surpass so, then you can make a U-turn. That's what it means.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean doppio senso, sir. It means senso unico.
It means senso unico, sorry.
Exactly.
It means senso unico.
Oh,
you
exactly.
can surpass so, you can make a U-turn, you can do anything.
Exactly. Thank you very much, sir. All right, let us continue. So my brother don't explain them now. All right, they can say watch. In a road, you can find continuous line or discontinuous line. Students, follow me. Oh. Everybody win over this serious for this class. Follow me. Now they can say, in una carreggiata a doppio senso. They said, in a carreggiata will be doppio senso di circolazione. They said, se discontinua può essere superata durante un sorpasso. Now, students, watch. They said, see, if you guys remember very well, when I was teaching you guys these particular things, we know that on the standard, that is according to the law, standardly, discontinuous line is standard in the center of the carreggiata means senso unico. But there is a situation we will soon see, guys. We will soon see them. And your quiz, if they want to explain to you, they want to explain it, there is a way they normally talk about it. they ask only 2 questions concerning that thing. Let me give us intro. There is a situation where, first of all, let's do it this way so you don't get confused. We all in this class we all know that very, very clear that discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata means senso unico. Simple, one-way movement. But guys, there's a situation where we say discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata will now mean doppio senso. When we get there, I will remind us. That is why the book now wrote here that that in una carreggiata we get doppio senso di circolazione. Siam. And if they want to ask you that question, they will go further to explain more things. They said it is a doppio senso di circolazione. If we can't get this continuous line, può essere superata durante un sorpasso. We'll put more light on this later on. They said, è di colore bianco. Non è vero che può essere di colore azzurro. Of course, this color is a white color. It can never be blue. That discontinuous line and continuous line, now only white color it be. It can never be blue. It can never be yellow. Is it clear now, guys? Yellow is only if they're walking there. All right, guys. We have now entered into the world of senso unico. But guys, watch. If your mind never strong for patente, you might get confused here because, like I said before, according to the law, discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata means senso unico. That's all. Full stop. But there's a situation where discontinuous line can also mean doppio senso. Please don't get this twisted. Now, for example, there is some Italian type of olden days road. For example, I stay around Rovigo. I stay close to Rovigo area. There are some areas here, because the road is too old, they don't want to spoil it and whatever. They leave it like, especially all this road will be Campagna road. Now, they leave it like that. You will now see this continuous line in the center of the carreggiata, but people are driving doppio senso there. Is it clear now? It is possible. All right. Now, in your patente, they'll ask you only 2 questions. Is it clear? That's how you know it. And that's all. Please don't get it twisted. But remember that discontinuous line means senso unico. Simple. Let's continue. Now, discontinuous line divide la carreggiata in 2 corsie. Students, discontinuous line divides the carreggiata into 2 corsie. Normally, I'm not supposed to waste time for you. I'm not going to lie to you now. Might show something. I'm not supposed to waste time for this particular topic now. But I'm doing it again. They said, watch. Let me show you. They said, this striscia bianca discontinua, this white discontinuous line, they said, divide la carreggiata in 2 corsie. It divides the carreggiata into 2 equal half. Because we know that carreggiata is what? From the continuous line waiting for the external side up to the border line here. Where is the corsia? Half of a carreggiata is a corsia.
Oh.
Is it clear now? All right, let's continue. Now, the controls now say, le altre norme di circolazione, other rules, sorry, they can say watch. Può essere oltrepassata. Now they can say you can cross this continuous line se vengono rispettate tutte le norme di circolazione. Yes, you can go above this discontinuous line so long as say you respect all the rules and regulations concerning movement. Discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata, watch. Non consente di circolare stando a cavallo. What do you mean of cavallo? Now, this is a metaphor. This is an idiom. This is a proverb. Let's put it like that. What does it mean that you are driving a cavallo? They drive like horse. Because horse, for example, when they drive, 2 legs go there for you, 2 legs go there for that side. You cannot be driving on the carreggiata with the 2 tires in this corsia, 2 tires in this corsia. That's mean of guidare a cavallo. A cavallo, like a horse. Cavallo means horse. All right, let's continue. Guys, watch. Now, this is that situation I was trying to tell us about. This is that situation I'm trying to now because you watch. In una strada a doppio senso di circolazione. Please, this part is very important. In una strada, and this strada has double sense of movement, and you get 2 corsia. Follow me, use your fantasy. They said, in una strada will be doppio senso. That road na doppio senso. It doesn't end there. And this doppio senso has 2 corsia. Simple. Think about a road will be doppio senso. We'll get 2 corsia. Something like this. Something like this kind of situation. They call it doppio senso, for example. Now, that we're about to see that situation where a discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata. and it is also indicating doppio senso. Are you following me now? Now watch. Now in said, in una strada doppio senso con due corsia, that discontinuous line divide i sensi di marcia. That discontinuous line divides the sense of movement. E consente, number one, in caso si voglia sorpassare, di occupare momentaneamente l'altra corsia di marcia. And this is the questions you are going to see. These are the questions you will see in your quiz whenever there is a discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata. And the author and the examiners, they call the definer as doppio senso. Watch. They will tell you, say, in a road will be double sense of movement, and they can't get two corsia there. And there's a discontinuous line there dividing the carreggiata, dividing into two corsia. Number one, in a case you want to, please pay attention here. In caso si vuole sorpassare, you want to now overtake. We are in this situation. Let's take it for example. This is the situation whereby they are calling this in doppio senso. They are calling doppio senso. Now, the first situation I want to explain to us is they said what? In caso si vuole sorpassare. What does it mean? In a case of I want to overtake, we are here. And the examiner, they call them doppio senso, this particular route. Because there are only two cases where we go ever see this kind of situation. Now, I want to overtake. This is corsia A, this is corsia B. Let's continue. Because say, in caso si vuole sorpassare, di occupare momentaneamente l'altra corsia di marcia. They say we should occupy momentarily the other corsia di marcia. Because for them, for the examiner, this road na doppio senso. Car is coming here. I'm telling you that, look, you can occupy this left lane momentarily. Immediately. So, please now, if they make noise, you go hard me, I beg. And so you can re-enter back inside the right lane. Is it clear? They're asking us, occupy the left lane momentarily. Because for the examiner, this road is a doppio senso di circolazione. Because they mention it there. In una strada doppio senso di circolazione, con la linea discontinua che divide i due sensi di marcia. Because they will mention it there. Now, they're not telling you the first thing that they wrote here is what they said. In a case you want to overtake, because like I said before, only three questions they wrote here, 3 questions. In caso si vuole sorpassare, they say you should occupy momentarily l'altra corsia di marcia, because cars will be coming from the opposite direction. Watch. Ci deve essere comunque visibilità sufficiente e essere consentito su altro tratto di strada. Yes. They say you should occupy the other corsia momentarily, just temporarily. And there should be sufficient visibility for you to do such a thing. Because for the examiner, that road na doppio senso. That is the first case. If I'm you, I'll write it down like this. In a case where the examiner can ask me, say, they take discontinuous line, when they ask me question about doppio senso, because we all know that discontinuous line means senso unico normally. But if they're not asking me about doppio senso, they can't say discontinuous line there. The first situation and they will ask me is this, that there, if I want to overtake, I can occupy the other lane momentarily. And I should do it. I should make sure that my visibility is good enough. That's the first situation. Second situation. In una strada a doppio senso di circolazione con due corsie, that discontinuous line divide i sensi di marcia e consente di effettuare inversione di marcia. You can invert the sense of movement. Yes, because for the examiner, this is doppio senso di circolazione. So long as you can do it in a safety condition, in condition di sicurezza. This is the place, this is that place where remember, this is the only scenario where they will talk about this continuous line. For them, na doppio senso. The third scenario, Mr. Mavis, abeg, off your mic. The third scenario I want us to take in consideration is this. They said, la svolta a sinistra. If you want to do svolta a sinistra in this situation, bisogna spostarsi verso il centro della carreggiata. What do they mean here? Watch. For the examiner, this is doppio senso. This is that situation because there are only 3 examples like we see here. This is the last one. If I'm driving here and car is coming here, but my house is on this left place, on this strada secondaria. There's a strada secondaria here, for example. I'm using the technical name now. I want to now turn here. They said, if I want to turn here now, I am on this right lane. How should I turn here? I will stay in the centro de la carretera. I will stay very close to this discontinuous line. I will stay in the center to be able to turn. This last part is very, very important. Let me repeat it again. Per la svolta a sinistra, bisogna spostarsi verso il centro della carreggiata. If you want to now turn to your left, stay very close to that discontinuous line waiting for the center. Because for the examiner, this road na doppio senso. You can't enter here, you can't enter to this course here. But my house is here. So if I want to turn to the left, I have to stay very close to the center line here. Are you guys following me now? I have to stay very close so I can be able to turn. All right. That's the only three questions they can mention here concerning this continuous line pertaining to what doppio senso. That's all. Now let us now turn back to what we know already. In una carreggiata now will be senso unico because yes, that's what it's supposed to be. La striscia bianca discontinua serve a delimitare le corsie. What does this mean? In a road normally that is what? That is senso unico. What does it mean? A carreggiata like this, the discontinuous line there, they tell all of us, this road na senso unico according to the law. That's all. Is it clear now? All the cars are going the same direction. Let's continue. Now, that discontinuous line there, serve a delimitare. What do you mean of delimitare? Delimitare means it serves to design. It serves to represent. They're telling us that discontinuous line represents, watch, le corsia di sinistra. No, sorry. La striscia bianca discontinua serve a delimitare le corsia. What does it mean? It means that this discontinuous line serves to represent where the corsia is. This continuous line will represent where you find the corsia. What is the corsia? From the borderline to the discontinuous line. From the borderline to the discontinuous line. These are all the corsia. This discontinuous line here helps to represent where you find the corsia. Don't forget that now. Let's continue. Now, la corsia di sinistra è di norma riservata a sorpasso. We've done this before. The left lane, remember, is reserved for overtaking. While the right lane is to go slow. Let's continue. Now, corsia di sorpasso. In this particular type of road, guys, follow me. I'm teaching you guys something very deep here. Watch. In this type of road now, because we know that it is senso unico. Cars are not coming from the opposite direction. Cars know they come from the opposite direction. Guys, watch. Even if we do for curva here, watch. They said, in caso di sorpasso, anche in curva o in vicinanza o in corrispondenza di dossi. Guys, they said, consente, you can do overtaking here. Il sorpasso is allowed. Overtaking is allowed, both in curve, both very close to dossi. In correspondenza of dossi, I'll call up a particular student. He will tell us why for this particular part if you overtake. Now, let me call up a student because I'll call you up. I want to see if you've understood what I'm trying to tell you guys. Let me see. No verse if I call you. All right, Mrs. Augustina, watch. Can you on your mic, ma? Hello, ma.
Sorry, I dey feed the children. I beg.
Okay, let me call that person. All right, Mrs. Edith.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, ma. Mrs. Edith. Hello, ma.
Hello, Mr.
Okay. Please, can we ask you a question? Just watch, ma. Now, you're on a curve. You are on a curve. That's a sharp curve here. And this road na senso unico. Can you overtake here? And now this continuous line. The question is this is a senso unico, ma. This is senso unico. And you are very close to a sharp curve. Can you overtake here, ma?
No, you cannot overtake.
Why? All right.
Since it's a sharp cut, how can you cannot overtake now?
Right. Let me you didn't got it correct. All right, let me call that person. Okay, can off your mic. Let me call you. Get that correct. Mr. Jeffrey. Mr. Jeffrey, watch. Hello, Mr. Jeffrey. Oh, hey, watch. Good evening, sir. Yeah, you're on a sharp curve. This road is senso unico. Can you overtake?
Yes, you can overtake because it's a senso unico.
Exactly. Because of the senso unico. Because you are not scared that the car is coming from the opposite direction. Is it clear now? I have another question for you, sir. You are already on a dorsal, on a high heel, can you overtake here?
On the high.
Yes. An ascenso unico, can you overtake?
Yes, you can overtake.
Why?
More.
On the sorry, come again with the question. Sorry.
No, without wasting time, you can always overtake. Don't be scared. You can always overtake. This is senso unico. The simple reason is that there are no cars coming from the opposite direction. It is simple, guys. Senso unico means senso unico. You no go see car wey dey come for the opposite direction. Whether na sharp curve o, whether na dorsal, is it clear now? There are no cars coming from the opposite direction. That is why the book told us that you can overtake. Quindi consente il sorpasso anche in curva, even in vicinanza, even in corrispondenza of a dorsal. In that particular place where high heel dey, you can overtake because why, student? You're on a high heel. If you're in this class, you no dey pay attention. I go say make you comot. This thing dey very very deep. I know you teach na those who are called wey no get am. I don't know why. I don't know why you no get this particular thing. It's not fair. I go advise you, make even if you have your children, if you come to this, even at 1 hour, give them to your husband. Go one place, or husband, give them to your wife. Go one place and learn this thing once and for all. Let's continue. We don't learn something really important now. So senso unico, it doesn't matter whether you can overtake both in high heel, you can overtake even when you're getting close to that particular place. Because the fact that there are no cars coming from the opposite direction, simple. So you can always overtake. Now watch. Las voltas sinistra. So what they control us now. If you want to turn to your left, you're on a senso unico. I also ask question here again. The same people, I'll call them again. Now watch. You want to turn to your left. And remember, this is senso unico. Full stop. You want to turn to your left. This is not doppio senso now. This is a situation of only senso unico. You want to turn to your left now. Watch. Remember, car is going here. Car is going here. We are going in the same direction. And there is a strada secondaria by the left here. My house dey here. Let's say my house here. See my house here. And car they go, car they come here. I want to now turn to my house. How do I turn to my house? Watch. This is I'm teaching you. It comes out in quiz. Las voltas sinistra. How do I do it? Spostandosi al margine sinistro della corsia di sinistra. Simple. If I want to turn to my left, because I'm in a senso unico, I have to stay in this particular corsia, first of all, because I want to turn here. I will not stay in the margin line. They say I should stay in the margin line, not in the center anymore, in the margin line of the carreggiata. So it will be easier for me to turn. This is the situation of senso unico. I also ask question here. Spostandosi al margine sinistro della corsia. They say you should stay very close to the left margin of the lane, of the carreggiata. So you can be able to turn. I'll ask a question now. Now watch. This is the question. I'll call someone now. Let me see. Mr. Jeff. In a situation of doppio senso with discontinuous line in the center, please follow me on your mic, sir. On your mic, sir. In a situation of watch, see the question. In a situation of doppio senso, and there is a discontinuous line that divides the two sense of movement. That means this kind of situation. But now, me, they call them doppio senso. If I want to turn to my left, how do I turn to my left, sir? Mr. Jeff, now you are the ask now. On your mic. You don't on your mic before you call fam. Time they go.
Sorry, is it Jeffrey or Jeff?
No, Mr. Jeff. All right. Mr. Mavis. Hello, Mr. Mavis.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. In a situation of senso unico and in a situation of doppio senso, and there is a discontinuous line in the center of the carreggiata, I want to turn to my left. How do I turn to my left?
There's a discontinuous line on the center of the carreggiata.
Yes, and me, the writer, I'm calling it doppio senso. I'm calling doppio senso. How do we turn to, what the writer told us in that situation? If you want to turn to your left, how do you turn to your left?
You get close to the margin of the line.
No. Which margin of which line?
No.
You don't pay attention to just teach now. You don't even write them down.
I did. What I'm saying is that if you want to turn to your left, as in you are going to your probably maybe you are going to your part, the left. Then you get close because it's
No, you've not
dubious.
understood the question. No. You talk about what
Okay.
we just talking about. You've not understood it. Let me call that person. Mr. Ifeanyi, watch. Mr. Ifeanyi, watch. Good evening, sir. You want now, this is a situation of doppio senso with the discontinuous line. That's that situation I just lost. The three examples. This is the last situation. In a situation of doppio senso with a discontinuous line in the center of the cardiata, I want to turn to my left. How do I turn to my left, sir?
You go there for the middle of the line.
Exactly. Thank God bless. I beg, clap on for my brother, I beg. Are we clapping for my brother, I beg? I beg, when I clap on for him.
We are not clap. We learn.
No, I beg, when I clap on for her, I beg. Now school day. If person was serious for this thing, you clap on for her, I beg. When I clap on for her, nobody clap. It is well. All right. You go, if wait till my brother talk. Thank God, say, I'm very happy because he's paying attention. Now why I'm happy? That's why I say me clap for him. Honestly, I'm very happy. Honestly, because
I
it's
don't
like,
clap now.
and I know say clap. That's why I'm very, very happy. Say at least somebody pay attention for this thing. All right, God bless you very much. I'm very happy. Exactly. At this thing when my brother talk, it did very, very deep. Some people just take him like that. It's very, very deep, sir. It's very deep, ma. Very, very deep. Because they might ask you this kind of questions. See the way I take break and down. You go, I know some of us don't miss out now. You say, man, I know if you come back again, I'm sorry. You say now. So this thing is very, very deep. That's why I say always pay attention. Always, always. Say to my brother talk now. In a situation of doppio senso, and the writer is telling us that there is a discontinuous line in the center of the cardiata. If I want to turn to my left, I have to stay in the center of the cardiata. Mr. Ifeanyi, on that question. In a situation of senso unico, only senso unico, we know senso unico means they are going in the same direction. Simple. And there's a discontinuous line in the center of the cardiata. If I want to turn to my left, how do I turn to my left, sir? Mr. Ifeanyi.
Sense. Come. You're thinking about the cardiata on your left side.
You go there for where?
On your left side,
You go there for the margin line. You go there for this side because your house there for here. And the two roads, they are going in the same direction. You go there for the margin line, very close to the margine sinistro de la corsia. Or you don't go there for the center anymore. You go there for here because your house there here. So you can be able to turn. Remember, you can't just from here, boom, turn here. Student, this thing is very deep. Is there anybody who will not understand this thing? Chai, no tell me my comment actually. What do you not understand? Hello. All right. Let me say, don't declare now. We'll continue.
Hello, Charles.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Now the doppio sensor, then you where there is a discontinuous line at the center, then if you want to turn to your, that's you go to the center.
Exactly.
Then
You go to the center. Pure sensor unico.
Then why on yes, in sensor unico that you go to the margin line of where you're going, isn't it?
You go to the margin line of the left lane because you want to turn to the left, yeah. You go to the margin line of that corsia there. Exactly. You don't get them correct. Nice one. Yeah. Okay, guys, that is it about it. And this is what I tell you, they're very, very deep. Let's continue. Now they're going to say, watch. Non è vero che si può viaggiare per file parallele. What it is to me, I will show us a picture now. They said, se this road na senso unico, non è vero che si può sempre viaggiare in file parallele. Because we don't say car they go in the same direction, Abi. My show now the meaning of file parallele. Please, guys, this is very deep. I want to show us now. Guidare in file parallele. Let me show us this thing. Now watch. What do they mean by file parallele? This is a wonderful situation of file parallele. See, all the cars are driving side by side. Write it down in your jotter for only those with this serious. File parallele means when the cars are driving side by side like this. Say that road na senso unico. It's not always true that all cars will be driving side by side. That's the meaning of file parallele. Is it clear now, students? Now, if the content owner say guidare in fila, so what do they mean? Because it comes out in quiz, or unica fila. Unica fila means something like this. On a straight line. See, on a straight line like this. For example, we want to order McDonald's, drive in. You know, say you can't do for straight line. All right, or traffic hold up. Students, is it clear now? Now they can say that we are on a senso unico. Non è vero, it is false that you will always drive file parallele. I have showed us a picture about file parallele. Number one. Number two, it's also false that in that situation you can do inversion in the marcha. You want to cause accident. You cannot invert the sense of movement. If you invert the sense of movement, people will die. Accident will happen. This is they wrote it here. È una strada a senso unico. You cannot invert the sense of movement here. Is it clear now, guys? Now they can't say watch it. Now, concerning senso unico, non è vero che this discontinuous line, because we are talking about striscia bianca discontinua, waiting for the center of the carreggiata. So, non è vero che those discontinuous line può essere sostituita da una serie di catadiotri o chiodi. What is catadiotri? Now, for some of us, we don't see these things for road many times. Let me show you something. Catadiotri in strada. Now, many a times when they're walking on the road, you will see this thing, they will put it on the center. No, let me show you. Or let me show you something. Look at it here. For some of us, you might have seen this thing on the road many times. They'll put these things. There are sometimes when they'll put them for inside on the asphalt, on the corota. Now, some of them they put these things because of there's work in progress. It is a temporary thing. Or they'll put cone like this. They might put cone like that. Now, guys, watch. They're telling you that. Do you know that it is falso? Non è vero, okay? All these things, what they call chiodi or catadiotri, can substitute this continuous line. Now, falso. It's not true that you go substitute them with, you can substitute normally with those things that they call chiodi or what is catadiotri? Catadiotri is any plastic material that can reflect light, because those things, they reflect light. You can put it in your bicycle. You can put it, you find them in your vehicle. All right, let's continue. Per segnaletica orizzontale, per segnaletica stradale. Is it clear now? Watch. Those particular things, this particular thing, watch, write it down like this. They cannot substitute this continuous line. All these things we see for ground here, all this bulb, they cannot substitute this continuous line, but they can substitute continuous line. Watch, they wrote it here. They said, questi possono integrare la striscia continua. They can integrate, they can also be used as continuous line. That means if you see them there, they work as continuous line. And continuous line means something else different. They mean something else different. They are different from this continuous line. All right. Please, guys, I beg, before we go for today, is it possible we meet 5 minutes or 10? Let us do a continuous line. Because if I leave una like this, like no good. We have done this continuous line. Is it possible we meet after the lesson finish? We'll not do continuous line. Or we'll not want them.
I want them all.
All right. What about other people? Okay.
Yeah, you said no, tell me.
Still for this Zoom, you
okay.
after 8 minutes you join again. You join in.
Yes.
We just do only 10 minutes, so we can do the other part also, because we don't do this continuous line. I want us to do continuous line immediately so that we don't say we don't finish that part. All right, watch. Now they can say we are doing non è vero. Non è vero che si trova in vicinanza di un passaggio a livello. Write it down in your jota. It's not true that, now for those who don't already study you know what is passaggio a livello. I will not ask question here. It's not true that you will see this continuous line there. Is it clear now? Now continuous line you see there. And it makes sense. In genere, in vicinanza di un pericolo. Because passaggio a livello is a type of pericolo. What you will find there is what? Si trova la linea continua. Is it clear now, guys? With this now, we don't close the cycle of this continuous line. Now, we have done a big revision even for the new students. So you don't get any complaint, any excuse anymore. Is there any question here, guys? Is there any question here? Now watch.
I got a question though.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Ask your question.
I beg the last part when you explain now.
Okay.
I beg.
What is partial livello? Partial livello. The definition of partial livello is what? È un attraversamento a raso. It's a crossing line between the carreggiata and the railway line. Yes. Now, for partial livello, which I will not show you picture for now, I will ask you to go and study it. Now, for partial level, inside that particular box, what they call striscia transversale di arresto, you will see a continuous line there. You can never see this continuous line there. What do I mean? Let me show you something. Watch. This is what I mean. I'm coming, guys. No. I can't find a good picture here. I don't see any good picture we go use that. And time they go. All right. Oh, hey, see I'm here. Wonderful. See it here. Now, my sister, watch. You see a continuous line. You will not see this continuous line. You see continuous line here. Is it clear now? Because this is a type of danger. So you don't see this continuous line here. So you cannot overtake. All right, guys, this is what they mean. So what you will see there is continuous line. Is it clear now? Students, I don't forget one thing really important. If you, yeah. So we are done with everything that concerns this continuous line. So when we come out from break, I will do continuous line. And very sharply, we'll do it very sharp. We'll do it very, very fast. We won't even waste time. Then we'll close for today. Is it clear? So please, after this particular session, can we meet, even if not 10 minutes again, so we can do the other part. So we'll not say, or if not want, if not, we'll meet on Wednesday. Is it okay? We'll meet on Wednesday. We'll not get wahala. Can we meet on Wednesday?
So we meet on Wednesday, and then you can teach us once and for all.
Okay.
On Wednesday.
We just came back from work. We never do anything.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, some people are tired. Okay, guys, let's close for today. We'll see you on Wednesday. I bet one more thing really important. Very, very important. Guys. For this particular, remember.